Okay, so you've been told that speaking is a really good strategy to attract more clients, but the only problem is you have no idea where to find more speaking engagements. Today's video, I'm going to share with you a couple of strategies to help you secure more speaking engagements. Okay, so let's dive in. So the first thing you need to know before you even go about looking for more speaking engagements is you have to identify who it is that you're going to be speaking to. Now, this may seem really basic, but the very first thing is before you can actually do a search for places to speak is you have to make sure you know who you're speaking to. So for example, in my situation, I often will speak to women entrepreneurs. Now, I like to niche it down a little bit more because my ideal client are typically women entrepreneurs who have a solo business. Oftentimes they're coaches, they're consultants, or they have a service-based business. So I'm really looking for business owners that might be in those particular niches. So sometimes when I'm doing a search, I might actually search for women entrepreneurs. Other times I might do a search for women coaches. Other times I might do women service-based business owners. Okay, so that's step number one. Identify who it is that you're going to be speaking to. Now, step number two is you want to just simply go in and do a search online. So I'll typically pull up Google, type in Google women entrepreneurs, and then I'll type in maybe an association or meetup groups or organizations or something along those lines, and I'll see what pops up. Then I take it a little bit further and I'll look at women entrepreneur groups in Rhode Island because I live in Rhode Island, or women entrepreneur groups in Boston, or women entrepreneur groups in New York, or women entrepreneur groups in New England, or women entrepreneur groups in the tri-state area, right? So places that I can easily travel to within 2 to 3 hours. That's just about as far as I'd like to travel for a speaking engagement for like a one day. Or sometimes I might go a little bit further. So if I was invited to speak in Maine or in, let's say, Delaware or something like that, and I knew that I needed to stay overnight for that, I'm willing to do that. I'm happy to do that because truthfully for my business, it doesn't really matter where my clients live. So I'm willing to travel and I can do that. So what you really want to do is step number one is you basically want to identify who that market is. And step number two then is you want to be able to put that into a search engine and then put the tail on the end of it. Or actually the next thing is the type of group. And then after that, the location. So all you really simply need to do is basically do a search and then pull up a whole listing of all the places your ideal clients might be. Now, here's the thing. A lot of times people struggle with, well, what if I might be wanting to speak to a group of individuals that don't ordinarily gather together? Well, sometimes what you can find are other people who are gathering them for you. So for example, I have some clients who are looking to speak in front of audiences that don't ordinarily gather to go to an organization or association, but they all happen to go to yoga, or they all happen to go to spas, or they happen to go to retreats. So instead of you maybe going to a networking organization, you might find the person who's already gathering them and ask if you can be a speaker for their group. Pretty simple if you think about it. So I'm going to ask you today to just do that search. See what you can find for a listing of places to speak in your area or a little bit extended, right? How far are you willing to travel? Are you willing to stay overnight? And the second thing is, if they're not automatically being gathered, then who is gathering them? And do a search for those people and find out exactly how you can get in front of them. So that's the simple strategy to find more speaking engagements. If you like this, please go ahead and share. And I'd love for you to comment below and let me know what your thoughts are. Any questions you have? What do you think about this strategy? And are there some other strategies that you've used to find some more speaking engagements? So that's it for this week's video. I'll look forward to seeing you soon.